If I left, then it made no sense. And you tell your friends and they hold your hands. Baby, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind. Well, if I left.
Welcome to Hair Matters, sponsored by Noelle Salon of Boston. Our goal is to chat about the latest and greatest in the hair and beauty industry. Today, we welcome our favorite lashpreneur, Jennifer Marshall from Gypsy Lash Studio in Melrose, Mass. And with me is Aurora.
Hi.
We want to break down all you need to know about lash extensions, and there's a lot to know. And the lash business will give you some tips on how to keep your lashes outstanding.
So most of us are familiar with eyelash extensions, but let's talk about how they are applied.
Good question. They're applied one lash at a time by going through your natural lashes and separating them.
Very cool.
So we want to talk about, I know there's classic, there's
Yes.
volume.
Yes. So that would be classic lash, one lash at a time, each individual lash. Then as you get more advanced, you can go to volume, mega volume, which is a fan, which you kind of custom make like a bouquet type look, whether it can go from 2, 3, 4, 5. Mega volume actually can go all the way up to 10 to 15, depending
On one lash?
on the weight.
On one lash?
Yes, and
You're
but that's
kidding.
huge to say. It depends on the weight of the lash.
Have you done that on
I
anybody?
have done that on people already. Some lash techs need to be trained and certified in that, so they know what weight they're using.
So
If you felt them, I wish I had them here to show you.
I know.
They're so feathery and light.
They're so light.
They're so light.
Oh.
So that's the thing. They're so light, but it gives that dark effect, and it takes a very long time to do mega volume. I would say a good set is 4 hours.
Well, I was going to ask you, how long does it take standard sets?
Standard, it depends. I myself have been lashing for a long time. It does depend on the client. I can get a client who has a ton of natural lashes. It's going to take a little bit longer than someone who doesn't have as many. So I like to block off for a classic set between like 2.5 hours. Kind of depends on, I don't like to rush, so I don't want to give myself to, I don't want to short myself. If you go to volume, it takes more time because you're hand making the fans and like you're applying them.
Oh, they don't come already fanned.
No, that you don't want to apply those ones. That's like a no-no in the lash industry.
To what? To
The pre-fanned ones?
To buy the pre-made fans.
kind of like the Ardell, those little
Yes.
strips that look
So,
like fans.
Right.
Okay.
So I mean, I've seen people say, I've gone to this place and I got lash extensions, and you can tell that that's what they had. So they might have gone to a place where I'm like, those aren't lash extensions. Like, you're not going to go for fills for those. Those are falling off in a day or two.
Oh, my God.
So
Well, the weight
yes, and I think that whoever has,
in the adhesive, they're just doing
whoever,
regular. Yeah,
right, whoever
yeah.
did it. So
That's when you hear their
there's-
$25 set of lashes.
Right.
Yeah, I've heard
That-
of those.
right,
Sure.
Right. The time
Yeah.
that's put into putting on lash extensions. I mean, like I said, a mega volume set can be 4 hours plus sometimes, and it's a luxury service. Some people, they don't want to lay there that long, but if they do, they know what the outcome should look like.
And that's like with extensions, too. I mean, it's a luxury service. So, you want to spend the money to get the good results.
Absolutely.
And if you're not willing to, I don't think you should bother.
Exactly.
Right.
It's
I mean,
not time
unless
to
you
make
do
deals.
a classic lash, but
Right.
but the classic lash, I don't see as many classic lashes as I do the volume now.
Volume is so big right now because that is one thing. Some people will come to me and start off, and I said, what are you looking for? They're like, price wise, because it's different price points, and I just want the classic natural look. I can guarantee
It's not really the classic natural look.
by the fill, they're going to ask me for
more, yeah.
For more.
So-
At 90% of the time.
If you could just give us so I'm always curious about celebrities who do they have lash extensions? Like, what's going on?
Oh.
Do you always look at celebrities and be like, you have lash
Sometimes
extensions?
I do, but it's so hard to see on like the TV and the pictures and stuff, because when they're going to big events like that, it wouldn't shock me if they have the lash extensions and then like
A
throw
strip
strips
lash over it,
them.
yeah.
They have people do their hair and makeup every day.
Yeah.
So sometimes when they have that going on, they could possibly have strip lashes, but you can achieve that look with lash extensions if you wanted that look daily. Sure, absolutely. But in that industry, I don't know if they do that daily. They might.
So let's talk about how long they last.
Okay. So that so you need a fill, that's the upkeep of lash extensions. It's like when you get an acrylic set of nails. Your nails grow out, you have that, got to go filled. Same thing with lashes. Your lashes go through a growth cycle, so we recommend 2 to 3 week fills. Depending on, how anal you are with how they look. I like to go every 2 weeks. I like them to look a certain way. I am going away this weekend for a lash convention, so I stretched mine a little bit. So I'm going to get them done tomorrow, so they'll look fresh for the weekend. So some girls like to wait 3 weeks. If you go over 3 weeks, which you'll hear people go, oh, I haven't got my lashes done in 4 or 5 weeks. Well, sometimes you can tell when you look at them.
Right.
Again, that's like with hair extensions.
Yes, exactly.
And if you know what, and if you can't, great for them. They might have a slower growth cycle than some people, and it might stay a little intact a little bit better, and they're probably taking really good care of them. But for the most part, the everyday client goes to the gym, if they go to yoga, if they, sweat, work out, wear makeup, you just want to keep up with like brushing them, washing your face, but the 2 to 3 week is standard because of the cycle, and they start growing out, and you want to remove those and replace them.
So tell me how you said you peeled them back?
Yes. So we go through, some of them will naturally shut off with the lashes, and then some are still on there. So that's why it's called a fill. If they all came off, it would be a full set.
Right.
So when they come back for the infill, it's separating the lashes, and you'll see the growth on them, and you basically kind of peel it off like a banana peel and put a new lash on. Yeah.
Yeah, because we had a girl she was doing lashes briefly at our salon, and there was a lot of controversy because I was told that she cut someone's actual eyelashes.
It's funny you say that, because a lot of clients will say, and I myself, when I got them done years ago, you hear this noise, and like, is she cutting them? It's the snapping of the tweezers.
So it's not literally
It's not. I mean,
cutting.
I'm not saying no one's ever,
No.
maybe, I don't know if they have, but me personally, you do not cut the lashes at all. They will never train you to cut them. But the snapping that they might hear is like the tweezer going. So some people are like, I think she's cutting them. And I'm like, no, that's just tweezer snapping. I've had clients come to me and say, I think the last girl cut my lashes. I'm like, she didn't cut your lashes.
No,
like,
so she didn't. That's
she
good.
didn't. She
well,
didn't.
that makes me feel better, because
Yes.
we actually did these years ago. I think it was 2005.
Yeah.
How long ago was that? 14 years.
Right. And classic
They've
was
come
like
a long way.
standard back then.
Well, if you wanted to do more, you would just kind of pile on more lashes.
And that's where the bad reputation got.
I agree.
That
Yeah.
is because it goes by weight, and the classic lashes are higher in weight to make that fuller look, which is when you go volume and go lower in weight. That's why you can add more lashes to make them look fuller.
Okay.
So if you get someone who's not trained in volume, especially mega volume, that's what they're thinking. Oh, I'll just grab the regular classic and make a fan and put it on. Well, that's way too heavy for someone's natural lashes.
So it's so curious to know, like, how is the well-being of the lashes under the extensions for long periods of time? Like, do you find that people's lashes get weaker?
Not if
strong?
they're done properly. Good hygiene, taking care of them. One thing I can honestly say with clients is, especially towards the end of like a cycle, when they're growing out and they go a little bit over their fill, people like to touch their lashes. Excuse me. And you don't want to pull them.
Right.
Because you will pull out your natural
Right.
lash.
So you're saying as it grows, you get that little.
You feel it a little bit
Yeah.
sometimes, or you're like, oh, this is getting too long because it's growing out, but the extension is still on there. So, you tell your clients that you're due for a fill, come in for a fill, and that's how we take care of them. But then you get some clients that might, tug
Pull
on
it.
them, or so there's a lot of like care instructions.
But
that
this
go
isn't
with it.
something, this is luxury. This is
It
not
is.
something that
Absolutely.
you should commit to if you're not willing to put in the time and the money.
Absolutely.
But they're absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you were saying,
face
what?
changing is just
I know.
incredible. I mean, I am in the bad habit now of I can be at Starbucks and see someone and go, she looks so good with lashes. I mean, and I can't even
know.
say
We do.
anything
I
to
know
them.
we do the
They'll think
same
I'm trying to
thing.
like sell them, but in my head, I'm like, she has amazing eyes, and they're so hidden right now by I don't know. I guess it's because of what I do, but I mean,
It's so true, because sometimes I look at someone's face and I'm like, what has she had done? Because you would
Right.
think that she must have had something done, but it's just as simple as like lashes.
That's it. I was saying before that, when a client comes to me and they go home and I said, don't tell your husband. Did you tell your husband you got them done? And they're like, no. And I said, I'm dying. Text me because I just want to see if he notices. And sometimes they do,
Yeah.
But they'll
I
be
feel like my husband would
yeah,
definitely
what
notice.
did you do different? No, you
Yeah.
wearing makeup. Why are you wearing makeup today? And
Yeah,
it's
why
like-
do you have mascara on or something?
And that's another thing. People talk about the upkeep and the maintenance of them. For me, it's less time for me. I can get up and go to the gym and feel ready. I feel like I look somewhat decent.
You wake up pretty.
That's what it is.
Right?
You wake up pretty.
So nice.
You do.
And it looks like
versus-
eyeliner too sometimes. It looks
Yeah.
like you have like permanent eyeliner
yeah.
on.
So instead of getting up, now I have to put on mascara to look a little bit better and,
Nothing like
tired.
mascara.
Nothing.
So
you
can't
can throw that
use
mascara away.
I
That's
know.
it.
Because you will not use that with eyelash
And
extensions.
I have
That's a
very
no-no.
sensitive eyes. So I noticed that every time I use an eyelash curler, which I know is a big no-no, but I use it.
I do
Yeah,
too.
You know-
a lot of people do. I mean, they sell them.
I
A lot
love
of people
them.
do.
And I use mascara, but then I rub my eyes, and the mascara just irritates me so much.
And I bet when you ever rubbed your eyes like that, did you ever see like little lashes on your hand?
Oh,
I mean, it's
yeah.
normal.
Even when I
that's with
remove it.
natural lashes,
Right.
So, so the eyelash curler, we love it because it curls the lashes. It's been around forever. But it can damage your eyelashes as far as not. I mean, I used to work with a girl who used to tell me she used to heat it up
I did too.
to make it
No,
warm.
I've never
Why
heated
doesn't
it
that
up.
surprise me? I love that you just said that.
But they have
Take
the
my
ones
lighter
that are,
and just heat it.
They have the ones now that
well,
are
I mean,
hot.
I'm talking 20 years ago. I used to heat the hell out of it. That's probably why I have bad lashes.
Maybe no, but I
I
just
always
think
use
yeah.
it.
So I've seen people come to me and they're
Yeah.
like, "Can you fix this?" And they literally are bald from like the middle of their eye to the corner, and I'm like, "We have to wait. Like I can't."
But do you
apply
think that's
eyelashes."
from they're curling while there's mascara on? Doesn't that make that more sticky?
Yes, it would make it
Fortunately, I never
definitely-
had that
it
issue.
Definitely would make
with
it more
losing
sticky.
lashes.
So I don't know what they've actually done. I just know that I feel like there's a lot of bad things going on with it.
yeah, I think
Yeah, so that's why, like another service that we offer is a lash lift and tint. Those got a little bit popular for people who don't want the upkeep.
But
of
it's good for like
extensions.
Aurora. You
Yeah.
have beautiful lashes. That would work well for you. Wouldn't work for me.
Right, you have to have a little length to begin with. Like my daughter has, she's 18 years old, has these beautiful long lashes.
Right.
She's away at college. She comes home, we do a lash lift and tint on her. She puts on mascara. She looks like
Good to go.
She looks
How long
like
does
she has
a
extensions.
lash tint and lift last for?
last for? The lift can last anywhere from like 6 to 7 weeks.
Is that like a
Wow.
perm solution
Yeah,
that we
it is.
use?
It
Okay.
smells perm solution on the
Sulfur.
rod.
Yeah.
And then tinting makes them just look a little bit darker. That works great for like
think I would
blondes
love
and
to do that.
redheads. That's always
could do
people
that.
on the fence. That's almost like a
Exactly.
good thing to start with.
Yeah, I was just going to say in my
I think
introduction.
for you having good lashes, you could do that. Me, I need volume
Imagine
and
what
I
she
need
would
all
look
of it.
like with
Oh,
extensions
yeah.
or with her dark features. See, I'm just looking at her. I'm like,
So we know that aftercare is key. Do your clients go home with?
with a kit.
With a kit?
Yes. I send them after they get a full set. I send them with a cleanser, a brush, little care instructions, the little daily brushes to brush them.
So it's important to brush them.
Important to
Sounds
brush
just like
them.
hair extensions.
Mm-hmm.
Brush.
Important to
and-
brush them, to clean them. A lot of people sometimes, usually when you have them, most people don't even like to wear makeup because they feel like they don't need it. But you do get the girls who
You can
still
put a
like that.
little makeup on.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Some girls do a full face, but it's just important to clean them after. Hygiene is key. We're
So-
keeping lash extensions.
What do you think about lash serums? Do you recommend that while
I
you're with
don't
extensions?
recommend them while you have lash extensions on. I think it's fine to try if you don't have them. I personally just recommend collagen because I think things work from the inside out, like supplements and vitamins. So I think that I've seen a difference in people, even myself with lashes.
So
and nails
collagen
and hair.
shakes.
Yeah, they sell it like at your, natural store or Whole Foods or whatever. I know there's a lot of things out there with collagen in them, but I just personally like the powder one, throw in my drink. It's just a supplement I use every day. That's not to say that some lash serums out there aren't great or people don't like them. I'm sure that they do. I just don't recommend it with the extensions because I think it will break down the adhesive, and it's kind of like defeating the purpose. So like you're already
Well, they're growing faster
yeah,
too,
you're coming
right?
back for 2 to 3 week fills. Do you want to come back sooner?
I know, right?
So I wouldn't recommend it both. That's something maybe. I know a lot of salons. I did carry it for a little while. After they take them off or do a lash lift and tint, that maybe they would offer that as like an upsell or something. Maybe they want that. They ask for it. But no, I would not recommend it for my clients with extensions.
So you really can't stop your lashes from shedding. It's natural.
It's natural.
And if you shed faster, you're going to have to replace them faster.
That's it. And I think you guys probably see with the hair on your head, some people can just grow hair really fast and some don't.
Exactly.
So the average is a 2 to 3 week cycle though for a fill to make them still look, nice. When people tend to go a little longer, whether it's time-wise or they feel like they think they're going to save money or whatnot, then they start looking, you don't want to go too long because what happens is most salons have a rule that if it's over 3 weeks and you've lost like 60% of the lash extensions, it's going to be a full set. So because you're not going to get that same look if you're playing catch up all the time.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's why we like to take out hair extensions and start from scratch.
Right. Yeah.
Because it is catch up. Because some of them just shed out. Some extensions shed. Some
Absolutely.
are fuller when you're filling like
They might
that.
not tell you some came out and they threw them away.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's also like with extensions for the well-being of your lash. Going too long isn't good either. You want to stay on top of it.
Right. I mean, we do have, people come in, want different looks, and we try our best to accommodate them as much as we can. We do educate them on what will look best, what length is safe, and that's kind of, that's why we do this. We educate them on it, but you do have some people that want them crazy.
Whoa.
So do you have a favorite that you recommend? Style.
I am famous for volume. A lot of girls will tell you, oh, you want them fuller, go to Gypsy Lash. I personally like a fuller look. That doesn't mean I don't do a natural lash. I do both. I don't know. I just think the more we cake on that mascara, that's the look everybody is looking for when they're caking it on.
Yeah.
So I think people tend not to. They say they don't want it at first because it's more expensive. Because it's time.
Time and money.
Time and money, definitely takes a lot longer. But if you've never had extensions, it's great to start off with a classic lash. And then, like 90% of the time, you'll come back to me and tell me you want them fuller. It's not usually the length. They figure that out later. They're like, oh, no, I just want them long. And I'm like, you don't want them long. You want them fuller. So they're not understanding it until they have them for a little bit. And then, it's kind of trial and error. Sometimes we'll do something on somebody. And the first thing I say is when you come back for your fill, you tell me what you didn't like, what was, and then you tweak as you go.
Yeah, even when I was, before I got pregnant, I used a lash serum. And I noticed that even with the lash serums, you don't get that fullness. You get that length.
You get the length.
But you don't get that fullness.
That's exactly, a lot of people ask me, they're like, well, I bought this serum, it's supposed to make my lash fuller. Well, it's not going to give you more hair follicles.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
It's
exactly.
not. I mean, your hair follicles are your hair follicles.
Yeah.
I wish I had more hair follicles. It's just not going to happen.
Yep.
How you get the fuller look is from the volume, is applying more than one lash to an eyelash. But yeah, you're not. That's the only way you're going to get the fullness. When you do classic, it's that one lash, and you're working with what the client already has.
Yeah.
Somebody can come in with so many natural lashes, they don't even need volume. I'm like, just classic lashes on these, it's going to look like volume because you have so many lashes.
Right.
So that's another important thing. I have, and I'm sure other salons can say this, and you guys could probably definitely vouch for this. When people come to you with a picture and they're like, I want to look just like this person.
It's all based on what you start
I want to look
with.
like Jennifer Lopez, but I can't. I want to.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
come
tried
on. You're
my hardest,
close. Come on.
but I can't.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, well, or they're like, you did my friend. Like, I want to look just like her. And it's like, I can't make you like have her lashes. Like everyone's unique. She has her own, like, that's her. I did this, nothing about age because I'm getting older too, but I do this girl, beautiful, exotic Brazilian girl. She's 21, like her natural lashes are already to die for. So I do them, and she goes to work, and I have this woman come to me. And it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
she's close to 60, and like, you know, as we get older, our lashes are a little bit different, the eye shape's a little different. You're not going to achieve that. So
Right.
that's a hard thing to explain.
Well,
to
she's a
people.
great spokesmodel for you, but we've gone through the same thing. We want
Exactly.
so and so's hair, but you're not so and so.
Right.
You're not
No,
going to
right.
get
You only
it.
get so much.
So that's a huge, you know, and it can be touchy, you know, to
Well,
explain to the client.
but you have to, and they
But you
have
gotta
to
be
understand.
realistic.
Of course, everything's
mean-
about being realistic. So there's a lot of people that come to our shop that have trichotillomania, which is hair pulling or skin picking or
I spoke
lashes.
to someone actually the other day about that, and
I think I may have sent
You
them to
did.
you. Could you help
and
them?
So no, I actually
too
had her
bad.
send me a picture of closing her eyes and opening her eyes, because, you know, what some people might perceive as, oh, they're, you know, not that bad, or they are bad, might be different to someone else. So when you have no lashes whatsoever, because that's the thing with the lash extensions, you're applying to a natural lash. So if you have none, it's not a good service.
So you can't apply to skin.
No, because you don't want to apply the adhesive to skin. I mean, that's where, you know,
I'm just going to say allergies, right?
Yeah, it's allergies. It's just a
Is that what
strong
causes
adhesive.
the allergies?
So it's not, there's all different theories of what can cause the allergies. Sometimes it might not be an allergy. It could just be an irritation.
Could it be a hair follicle that's
It could be
Has-
yep. So sometimes what happens, it's funny because when we spoke before about should you just keep up with fills all the time or get new sets, hygiene is huge. So sometimes if they're not cleansed properly, you know, hair follicle can, you know, get blocked or whatever. Eyes get a little puffy. Automatically people are like, oh my God, I'm allergic to the glue.
Right. I've had a lot of clients tell me that.
we see people say this all the time.
And that's another thing. Some people just say that because, you know, if they
Oh, it
just don't
came
want to do
from
it anymore,
overseas and
or
there's
it
a
came-
problem.
Yes, it's always something. There's so many different things, like obviously the environment and everything, and makeup. Certain makeups might not gel with, you know, certain eyelash glues or whatever. It might just be the person. Sometimes it's more of an irritation than an allergy. There is allergies. Some people just have sensitive eyes and cannot have them. I've had girls come to me that, you know, have had supposedly allergies someplace else. I've looked into a lot of adhesives. We have sensitive ones. We have hypoallergenic ones. I've tried different ones on different people. They don't no problems. So I think they don't know if it's an allergy versus an irritation.
Yeah, because we've seen people come in who've been wearing lashes for a long time.
Right.
And then they say, well, I developed an allergy.
And right. And that is, it's something that like lash artists will tell you that they have seen over time, and that certainly can happen. However, sometimes we just don't know if it's some new product that they're using.
It
and
could
we're
be
not going to
something
know.
else
It's just take them off.
influencing that.
Because we certainly don't want people to walk around having an
Right.
issue with
I've
them.
seen literally people come in right after they got a full set and their eyes are like
Right.
rough.
And I have had that happen. I've seen it. And
Would
so,
you
know,
stop at that point?
Oh, if somebody came in with swollen eyelids, we just like reapply like the you know, solution to we take them off. Yeah, I would recommend them not having them. If it's like that quickly like that, yes, that's just
So
something-
you would know pretty
Yeah,
instantaneously.
you would know within like probably overnight.
Oh, it would take that long and you have to take them all off.
It could be, yeah. So I mean, when I tell you like your eyes are puffy, I mean, but like I've said, sometimes girls have said that, oh, that happened to me such and such place, but I really want to try it again. And so that's one of the things I ask. I'm like, have you ever had a reaction anytime you've gotten lash extensions? And if they say yes or no, but I'm kind of sensitive to this, this, and this, I have different adhesives that I try. And I sometimes will start off at that first if I already think that they might have had something.
Do you
in the
sometimes
past.
have them come in and you have like a little adhesive put on them?
I
and
have like probably
like a
5 or 10 lashes.
We call it strand test or something.
Yeah, so we will do that, and for the most part, it's fine. And sometimes people will be okay until they
get the whole thing.
Until they get the whole thing.
But also some places could be using not good products.
Oh, absolutely.
You
I
know,
mean-
if you're getting something cheaper, you're probably getting what you pay for to a certain
Always.
extent.
Absolutely. Like that's why they have a lot of lash companies. This weekend I'm going to a lash convention in Miami. It's the Beauty Factor, and they have so many lash artists from like around the world, like
It's
the
amazing.
Russian, like
Wow.
it's you
What's
learn so
come of
much,
it.
so many things, so many new products, and the right products. You just don't want to. Oh, I'm gonna do eyelash extensions. Let me just grab them off Amazon.
Yeah, well, that's what people are doing.
know.
Sure.
Yeah. Sometimes like it's funny. The mink. Probably talk about that.
All the time.
yes.
A lot. Well, so and so just uses mink lashes on me. Well, it's all synthetic hair.
Right? It's not the real
Yeah.
thing.
Right. No one's, skinning a mink and putting it on your eyelashes. Talk about allergies. I mean, there's a hygiene reason why that's not. When they say that, it's the look. It's the shininess.
Exactly.
It's the texture. It's
Who
not
brought
so
that out?
much-
J-Lo started with the whole
Yes, the
literally
whole
mink
mink,
lashes, but
no,
yeah.
No.
It's just a style.
It's just a style. It's just a look. Yeah. So
Would you have a brand that you recommend? Care to share? You don't have to.
I do
but-
have so many, honestly. If you came
Oh,
into,
do you jump around
if you
between
came
different
into
brands?
my room, I have lashes.
I like
Yep.
that. I was just saying that
We were
about
just
hair
saying
color.
that,
You
yeah.
have to be.
I think different lashes work well on different people, to be honest
Right.
with you.
Of course.
Someone likes that really dark look. There's some lines that are really dark and black. There's some that have like a hue to them a little bit that might look a little lighter. I'll use those on people. There's different curls. There's a few girls around the local area that's branding their own lash lines. I always like to support lash girls locally. I don't have my own, but I love trying other girls' stuff.
It's
that-
nice that you can do that in
I
the
love
industry.
it. Yeah, and if there's not many places around here.
That's how we are.
Yeah.
We always like to support other women, other businesses,
Yeah.
kind of-
You have to.
Yeah, you do.
and it
I
comes
mean,
back to you.
It really does. I mean, you learn a lot from other people, in this industry, and it's listen. There's every hair salon, nail shop, pizza place on every corner.
We're all over.
They're
Yeah.
all over. There's only so many people you can take in a day.
And it's also a relationship. It's
it
just like,
is.
you date a certain person, you have a certain stylist, you have a certain lash person,
Right.
that
There's
you
a
get along
chemistry
with.
that you definitely build.
Absolutely.
There is a chemistry. Where I am, I lash in a small room. I'm a solo lash artist.
I was going to ask you how to do that, though.
It gets tough. I was at a different salon before with a few girls, but I've always worked in a room solo, which I personally like because I have this connection with my clients that we laugh about it. We call it lashes/therapy.
Yeah.
For both of us, because you got to think we're seeing these clients every 2 weeks. We know a lot of
For
stuff.
hours.
For
Oh,
hours.
yeah.
And I have a sign in my room that says what's said in the lash room stays in the lash room.
That's
because
cute.
Exactly.
it's so true. You develop these relationships with these people. I've had clients that for whatever reason take a break, and I'll get a text 4 months later. They're like, "Can we just go for a drink? Because I miss laying on the
know.
bed."
I know.
I know.
And it's I love them. So somebody just said to me, they're like, "Why don't you open up a spot and just put bed, and lash?" And that's just not for me. There's a lot of salons that do that. That's great. I just have a different relationship with my clients. I like that one-on-one service with them.
So you find that most of them will speak during the whole process, even with their
Some
eyes
of them
closed?
do. We kind of encourage them not to so much. It probably depends on the client.
Aurora thought I was crazy, but I was going to ask you, do people fall asleep during this process?
A lot.
Yeah.
I love it actually when they do because it is peaceful. I'm
Yeah.
all about my music in the room.
Yeah.
I'll know different people that come in what music they like, and I'm right before they
That's
come in.
awesome.
I'll know the age group.
Well, that's what's going to really separate you from the people who have all the beds and people just
Yeah.
lashing all over.
And it's totally fine, but I realize it's a small world, and when you're lashing someone and someone next to you is talking, my client might want to sleep the whole time, and then
Yeah.
you have somebody talking.
Yeah.
So picking a lash studio, you have to pick what's right for you. Some people might like that, and they might just like the whole
I don't think
know.
so. I think most people would rather have their privacy,
Privacy,
with that.
privacy.
I think
definitely is
doing your hair is different.
Right.
You can have that set up, but
right. It's,
I don't think it's so much when you're laying on a bed, eyes closed. Kind of vulnerable position for some people.
It really is. And
Yeah.
having your eyes closed, not knowing what's going on
Right.
around you, that's
I'd rather be in
yeah,
private.
that's huge. It's huge. Yeah.
But anything else you want to share with us?
Um,
We should have done this after Miami because I bet you could come back with some
I
other.
know.
There's so much stuff to share. I'm so excited.
Well,
to
you
go,
can come
though.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they definitely we learn all new stuff. I mean, just up and coming stuff. I mean, that's how volume came, you know.
Yeah, that's
so
how long
big.
has volume been around?
I mean, it's been around, you know, probably it's been around for over 5 years, but I think it's just getting really bigger because you really need to master classic before you can offer that service, and you need to be properly trained on it.
But look at her
huge.
lashes.
She's
Aurora,
just
we have to get
beautiful.
you. Isn't
can't
she
even-
gorgeous?
Her brows are like natural.
Thank you. We have to plug my brow girl because she's
Yes,
wonderful,
we have to
too.
give
We
her
should
a
have
shout
her
we
out
have to give her a
because
shout out.
she-
Gianna, she's awesome.
Maybe
In
Gianna
the
has to
field?
come talk to us.
Yes.
Yes, I know her.
She's the best.
Yes, she does. She's really good.
I mean, I fill them in to a certain extent and I maintain what she does. And I think that's key with anything like
Right.
extensions, eyelash. You have to maintain the work,
Yep.
the good work.
She's
So I
in the
maintain them.
mansion,
But yeah,
right?
she
does
is.
an awesome job.
She's
She,
great.
What is it?
She does the henna
The
tinting.
henna. That's what it is.
Yeah, we should get her on here and talk about the henna
I think
tinting.
we
too.
need to. Yeah, I think
She's
people would
great.
really benefit. And I think we've broken down a lot. Anything else we really should cover? Because I think you've
pretty
given...
much, yeah.
So I think I'm definitely going to do the tint and lift as my
The lash
introduction.
tint is an awesome thing to do to get started.
And
just
yeah,
try
and I
something a little bit different just to see.
Yeah.
Toss that eyelash curler.
Yeah, well, I think that's what I'm going to do, and then and I
Yeah.
kind of can give my review on.
Yeah, we'll get some
Yeah.
pictures
You know,
of
definitely.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people.
It's always good to start with that first, versus doing extensions and then going to that, because that's what I tell people. If people come to me and they've already had extensions, I have to say, listen, it's subtle. It's what you were naturally working with what you have. You're not going to be like va va boom when you leave here.
But I think you
But-
have enough lashes
But
that'll
you-
make a
yes.
difference.
Oh yeah, definitely make
Yeah,
a difference.
definitely.
Yeah, and I don't want that panic attack every time I use my lash curler that I'm going to rip out on my lashes.
Yeah.
Because I really do have. I'm
Just
I'm
be
not
careful.
kidding
You'll
you.
be fine with anything.
So where can people find you?
So gypsylashstudio.com is my web address. I'm
You have a-
located in Melrose. I am currently in the midst of moving, though, to Stoneham, 373 Main Street. I'm actually moving inside Serenity Day Spa. So I'll have my business located inside there. You can still contact me through Gypsy Lash, though, same way.
Instagram?
Instagram, Gypsy Lash Studio.
Awesome.
You can book through Instagram, call me.
You have a great Instagram.
Yeah,
Love
thank
your pictures all the
texting.
time.
We always
Yep.
respond quicker texting because we're lashing all day. Yeah, same way to get in touch with me though, and yeah.
Excellent. Well, we
Awesome.
appreciate it.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
So nice to
hopefully
meet you.
Guys, nice to
people
meet
can
you.
always reach out to you as
Yes.
well, to Jennifer,
Yep.
through Noelle at noellesalon.com
Sometimes
and
the gypsy, the girl.
the Gypsy
The
Girl.
Gypsy Girl. I love that
Yes.
name.
I love that. That's
It's
a great
funny because
name.
people ask me, why is that? Like no, I'm
Because
not a
gypsies
gypsy.
always have
Yes.
beautiful eyes.
Gypsies have exotic eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and I always been known as a traveler. So when I first started out, I used to go to people.
Oh.
So it was like a little kick to
Oh, I like that.
You know, because
That's
gypsies
cute.
move around so much. So it was more like a little funny thing, and then it just stuck because
love it.
people would just say it. And I'm like, I can't change it now,
Well, gypsies are
You know?
travelers, but now you're in
Travelers,
one
yeah.
spot.
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's it. Yeah.
Well, anyway, we want to
Awesome.
thank,
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
And hopefully people will ask questions, reach out to us,
Yeah.
and tune in next week. We have a beautiful former exotic dancer, and she's going to actually share some of her history with us.
Love it.
Yeah, it's in some of it's good, some of it's not so good, but I think a lot of people will like that. So we're going to change it up. We talk about our clients, we talk about beauty, and
love it.
yeah, welcome back anytime.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.